Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Dan Lags, and welcome back to another video here on Dan Lags Plus. And today I'm feeling a little bit bored, so I thought I'd do a Pokemon video. So what I'm going to be doing here is my top 10 favorite Pokemon soundtracks of all time from all of the main series games. So obviously it goes without saying, this is my opinion. And I spent about 45 minutes here just listening to some old Pokemon soundtracks, and I kind of got the idea for the video. Honestly, I didn't listen to all of them, so there might be some really good soundtracks from history of Pokemon that I just completely forgot about. So with that being said, you guys can leave your favorite Pokemon songs or soundtracks in the comments below if you play Pokemon and you have one particular one in mind that might not be on this list. This was insanely hard to pick because I listened to maybe 30 Pokemon songs, if probably more than that actually, and they're all so good. It's just impossible to choose 10 that are the best, at least in my opinion. So I thought I narrowed it down to the best of my ability without being too generic. So let's get started with the countdown. Number 10 on my countdown, I got Olivine City's theme. Johto is my favorite region of Pokemon. I love the way that region is set up. I love the themes for almost all the cities in that region. And you might see multiple themes from Johto here on this list, just a little spoiler. But we're going to start off the list with number 10, Olivine City. Just got a nice, relaxing, oceanic theme, as it is an oceanside city. One of my favorite cities from the Johto region. It's just a really nice, calming, relaxing soundtrack that I really enjoy listening to. So let's move on to number 9. Coming in at number 9 is Humilau City, and I'm not actually 100% sure how to pronounce this city's name. I'm just going to go with Humilau, but this is a city from Pokemon Black and White 2, and similar to the Olivine theme from number 10, this is a waterfront city. I really like those kind of cities in Pokemon, so that's why I chose the first two on the list to be of that style. This is also the 8th gym city in the game, so that's also kind of interesting. And I just like the cheery, oceanic vibe that this song gives off. 5th gen had some great music, so we're going to be seeing more of this generation throughout the list. But this was Humilau City. Let's move on to number 8. So number 8 on the list, we're getting a little bit more serious here. This is the theme to the Arceus Battle. And Arceus being it's kind of like the Pokemon god, right? From 4th generation. This is from Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. This theme is just really intense, and I think it perfectly, symbolizes that battle between Arceus and, your character, because that's probably the baddest Pokemon of them all. And it's a very intense theme. It starts off kind of slow and dramatic, and it picks up the pace. It's just everything I look for in a really intense Pokemon battle. So Arceus comes in at number 8. Coming in at number 7, we have a 7th generation soundtrack. Did that on purpose? Maybe? No, it was just a coincidence. We got the TeamSkull theme. So TeamSkull is the villain organization, at least one of them from Pokemon Sun and Moon. And I didn't really think TeamSkull would be that good when I first saw the information for the game before it came out. But when I played the game, and I actually just finished playing Pokemon Sun and Moon recently, TeamSkull I liked them. I liked their theme. I thought they were cool overall, and just their battle theme, I thought was probably one of the best from the series. I really love pretty much every battle theme for the villains. Team Rocket, You know, Team Magma and Team Aqua from 3rd gen is really good. So those are two that didn't make the list, but they were really close there. I really like those themes, but I decided to put TeamSkull on here just so we had a 6th generation, or a 7th generation, I should say, on the list. And I just love how they just go, yeah. I love that part for some reason. I don't know why, but TeamSkull's theme is number 7. Alright guys, coming in at number 6, we have a super generic one, the red theme from Pokemon Gold and Silver. The original one, back from the original games. I did a Pokemon Silver playthrough on my 2nd channel, and we finished the series with that battle, and it's an epic battle even to this day. It's just a really great theme. It's also the same as Lance from the Elite Four. It's iconic, it's a classic theme, and I had to include it just because it's really good. Simple as that. And now let's move on to my top 5. Coming in at number 5, we have the Elite Four music from Pokemon Black and White. I had to include at least one Elite Four theme on this list, so I kind of went through each one and chose my favorite. And that was the Elite Four from Pokemon Black and White. I just love the fast-paced nature of the battle theme. For me, it just feels like a Pokemon song. I don't know. Some of them, like, I kind of didn't really get that Pokemon vibe, specifically like 6th gen. 6th gens I thought was the worst. I was really close to adding 3rd gens to the list. That one was also really good, and also even 7th gens was very good as well. So I ultimately decided that 5th gen was my favorite one, and it comes in at top 5. Coming in at number 4 is another 5th gen soundtrack. We got the Team Plasma soundtrack from Pokemon Black and White 2. So I guess like the Neo Team Plasma when they made their return. And I just really like the intro to this. And I think just the whole song is just really hype. I don't know why. It's my favorite of the Evil Team themes. And they're all good, like I said earlier with TeamSkull. That's already on the list. So I just like listen to it. It's a good. I always try to battle like all the grunts in that game because I really want to just keep listening to that soundtrack. So it's definitely stuck out for me, and that's why it's number 4. Coming in at number 3, we have another really generic one. The theme of the champion battle from the original game, Pokemon Red and Blue. So I guess the Gary battle, if you want to call it that. This one, similar to my description of the Red battle at 6, it's just a classic. It's just iconic for Pokemon. That's probably one of like the 2 or 3 soundtracks that people associate with Pokemon in general. Probably like going along with like Pallet Town or like the original gym battle from Pokemon Red. Neither of those made the list, but they were close. As well as even just like, regular Pokemon battles from the original game. So I decided to put Gary's theme at number 3 just because it's so epic. And even to this day, like the 8-bit version from the 90s is definitely the best version for sure. So that definitely had to be in the top 3. Coming in at number 2, we have another Johto region city. We got Ecruteak City. So in case you guys didn't know, Ecruteak City is my favorite city from all the Pokemon, and that includes every single game. Just because of the history behind it with the Burn Tower, and then also the Bell Tower where you encounter Ho-Oh in the game, and just like the whole theme, how it like the theme of the second gen games, pretty much surrounded around the history of that city, and the theme really, I think, symbolizes it well. It's just a really beautiful soundtrack, and I'm playing the one from Heart Gold, Soul Silver in the background right now. I think that one's actually better than the original, but the original is also really good. So it's pretty much, you can choose between those as to which one's the best, but I personally like the Heart Gold, Soul Silver one. Ecruteak City, my favorite city in all Pokemon. It's a classic, so it made the list at number 2. Alright guys, and finally, we've made it to the top spot. You might be, expecting some sort of generic answer here, like the gym battle music from like the original game, but I actually have a wild card here, and it is actually the theme for the Ghetsis Battle in Pokemon Black and White 5th generation. I really like the 5th gen games. I think they're pretty underrated. I really enjoyed those games back in the day. I think they came out like 7 years ago or so. I can't exactly remember, but the Ghetsis, basically, he was like the boss of the Team Plasma, and his battle music was just so perfect for that scene in End's Castle at the end of the game. It was just so intense, especially with that really strong Hydreigon that he had in that battle. So I love this theme. This is my personal favorite. Just the first minute of it is just so intense to me, and it honestly doesn't even feel like Pokemon at some points of it, but I just think it's just so incredibly, epic, basically, for that battle, and that's why I chose it at number 1. That was a pretty easy one for me. I know that might not be the most popular choice, but that's just my personal favorite soundtrack from Pokemon, and with that, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. This list was so hard to make just because I literally could have done a top 10 of 10 other songs that I like, and it would have been probably like the same list. Like, it's insane how much good soundtracks are in Pokemon. Like, the entire game is just known for having amazing music. Like, there's so many that I could have added, like the Groudon theme from 3rd gen, the Champion Battle from 4th gen with Cynthia, or even 3rd gen with Steven. Like, there's just so many insane themes in Pokemon, so it's really hard to narrow it down to just 10 of my personal favorites, but this is what I chose. Let me know what you guys think about it if you play Pokemon down below. And yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Peace out.